You know, I think there's an opportunity here to really send a message to Ottawa about where Calgary is now and what its voice sounds like now. And that's a voice that I'm committed to helping to define and to help broadcast for the last number of years. As one of the co-founders of an organization called Civic Camp, I worked with a great many Calgarians from across a whole wide diversity of backgrounds and incomes to provide average citizens with a voice in their municipal government. I got into this election basically to bring that same voice. I got into this federal election basically to bring that same voice to Ottawa because I think Calgary does not have the full diversity of voices it needs. I think that voters have to decide which of the parties from this point forward and which of the candidates from this point forward best represents them. I think it would be profoundly unfair to the hundreds of people, excuse me, who have volunteered for my campaign, for the hundreds who have put lawn signs on their lawn, from all the phone canvassers across the country who have worked tirelessly to try and inform Calgarians about the vision we're putting forward. I think it would be profoundly unfair of me to tell them, you know what, we're a week away and we're just not quite close enough, and so we're done. So we really do have to run all the way to the end, and we really do have to let the voters of Calgary decide.
I'll answer the question, Stuart, directly. My biggest fear is that Chris will play Ralph Nader to my Al Gore. And that's why George Bush got elected. That's what happened. Ralph Nader said, I gotta run green, I gotta do this. I'm ahead in the polls. Every political pundit in the city knows it. Every poll that's been done shows it. I'm dead even with the Conservative according to the poll from the other night, and I can win. And I can win if people get behind me. It's that close. It would be a breakthrough for all of us. We would be able to be part of a party that can actually compete for a government that doesn't destroy things. Not a single voice or a duet complaining in the House of Commons, but a party that can compete for governance of Canada. That's what's on offer. Or we can have, well, I'm more interested in cities than you are, so vote for me because your green vision isn't identical to mine. That's the choice. It's up to the people here to decide if they want to come together or not. We are ramping it up, and we are this close to winning in the Liberal campaign in Calgary right now. So please join us.
Although the question wasn't posed directly to Dan Meads, it's only fair that he has a chance to say what he needs to say. Dan, you have 2 minutes.
Thanks, Ken. I mean, obviously we know how accurate polls are. We know how accurate they are because of Premier Smith and Mayor MacGyver. Wait, no, they didn't get elected, did they? Even though the polls had them winning right up until the last minute. And so while I appreciate the sentiment behind the question, if we've learned anything from polls through our last municipal election, our last provincial election, and our last federal election, you know, the same pollsters that came out with some polls in the last 48 hours also had some polls about Quebec in the 2011 federal election, where they said that the NDP would take 1 seat in Quebec, and it wouldn't be Tom Mulcair's. The NDP has 59 seats from Quebec, and Tom Mulcair is the leader of the official opposition. And so I'll leave you with a great quote from Diefenbaker, who said, "Only dogs know what to do with polls."